Hello and welcome to Millennium News Hour. I am Tanziba Nawreen. In today's bulletin, we will present top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines of the day. Kevin McCarthy to become second House Speaker to address Israel's Knesset. US sending 325 million in more military aid to Ukraine. Dominion Fox News reached 787 million settlement in defamation case. Florida expands Don't Say Gay education ban to all grades. Many House Republicans urge Biden administration to support a free Taiwan as China tensions mount. Four killed in Maine home, 3 wounded in linked highway shooting. Parking garage collapses in New York City, killing at least one. Proud boy who helped ignite Capitol Bridge tells jury he got caught up in January 6 chaos. Driver intentionally hit Westlake High students, killing one after Walmart stabbing, authorities say. Supreme Court temporarily extends access to abortion pill. Fuji's star says money from Malaysia's Jolo was for Obama pick. US-made Patriot-guided missile systems arrive in Ukraine. Kim Jong-un orders launch of a spy satellite to proceed. India's population set to overtake China's by June, UN figures show. Maradona's medical team on trial in former great's death. And Djokovic rallies from set down to beat teenager in Bosnia. You are listening to headlines, now news in detail. Kevin McCarthy will spend his first international trip as House Speaker visiting Israel, where he will give an address before the country's legislative body, he announced Tuesday. My first trip abroad as a speaker will be a return to Israel to commemorate their 75th year of statehood, said McCarthy, confirming he accepted an invitation from new Knesset Speaker Amir Ohana. The speech will make McCarthy, representative of California, the second House Speaker to address the Knesset. Newt Gingrich was the only speaker to give an address before the parliament when he did so in 1998. McCarthy added, the US-Israel relationship is as important as ever, and I am proud to accept Amir Ohana's invitation as the second Speaker of the House in history to address the Knesset. McCarthy will lead a bipartisan delegation of 20 Republican and Democratic members of Congress to Israel on April 30, Axios reported. The congressional delegation will celebrate Israel's 75th anniversary of statehood. The US is sending Ukraine about 325 million in additional military aid, including an enormous amount of artillery rounds and ammunition as the launch of the spring offensive against Russian forces approaches, the Pentagon said Wednesday. The US has declined to say exactly how much munitions will be sent to Ukraine, but the latest package resembles other recent deliveries, which included rockets for the High Mobility Artillery Rocket Systems or HIMARS and howitzers, as well as an array of other missiles and anti-tank ammunition. It will all be pulled from Pentagon stocks, so it can go quickly to the front lines. A Ukrainian official warned on Monday that it is only a matter of time before his country is militarily prepared to begin its counter-offensive. Oleksiy Danilov, the Secretary of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, told the Associated Press in an interview in Kiev that the offensive against Russian troops will start when Ukraine's troops are ready. And he said deliveries of armored vehicles and ammunition are key to the launch. Fox News has reached a $787 million settlement with election technology company Dominion Voting Systems, which accused the network of defamation in its 2020 United States presidential election coverage. Tuesday's 11th hour agreement, reached as opening statements were expected to begin, means the conservative news network will avoid a high-profile trial. Already, court filings have revealed embarrassing behind-the-scenes conversations related to how Fox News covered former President Donald Trump's unfounded claims that the election was marred by widespread fraud. Dominion filed its lawsuit in 2021, alleging that Fox News knowingly aired falsehoods about its voting machines in an attempt to boost lagging viewership. Trump and his allies had claimed Dominion's voting machines were used to rig the 2020 election, resulting in his loss to Joe Biden. The voting machine company initially sought $1.6 billion from Fox for intentionally and falsely blaming Dominion for President Trump's loss. Tuesday's settlement is roughly half that amount. The Florida Board of Education has approved a ban on classroom instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in all grades, expanding the law critics call "Don't Say Gay" at the request of Governor Ron DeSantis as he gears up for an expected presidential run in the United States. The proposal, passed on Wednesday, will take effect after a procedural notice period that lasts about a month, according to an Education Department spokesman. The rule change would ban lessons on sexual orientation and gender identity from grades 4 through 12, unless required by existing state standards or as part of reproductive health instruction that students can choose not to take. Florida currently bans such lessons in kindergarten through 3rd grade. The DeSantis administration put forward the proposal last month as part of the Republicans' aggressive conservative agenda, with the governor leaning heavily into cultural divides ahead of his looming White House candidacy. In a letter to Secretary of State Antony Blinken, 21 House Republicans are calling on the State Department to invite the President of Taiwan to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. The letter, authored by Representative Lance Gooden, representative of Texas, and co-signed by 20 other House GOP members, says that Taiwan deserves fair and equal treatment and is a critical partner of the U.S. Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen and Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy met in California less than 2 weeks ago to affirm the strong bond between with U.S. and Taiwan amid rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific region. The GOP lawmakers are taking a step further, urging Blinken to commit to supporting a free Taiwan and strengthen the partnership between our two countries. The letter's phrasing of two countries is contrary to official U.S. policy. The State Department asserts that while the United States does not have diplomatic relations with Taiwan, the two partners have a robust relationship. However, the lawmakers say that excluding Taiwan from APEC is tantamount to the U.S. asking China for a permission slip to conduct bilateral foreign relations. 4 people were fatally shot at a house in Maine on Tuesday, shortly before gunfire wounded 3 others on a busy highway, in a pair of crimes that are linked, authorities said. Hours later, a man was charged with murder. Police closed a portion of the interstate highway, and residents and businesses in the area were ordered to shelter in place for about 90 minutes before authorities determined there was no threat to the general public. The shootings are among a spate of recent mass killings that have shaken communities both large and small, including a Christian elementary school in Nashville, Tennessee, a bank in Louisville, Kentucky, and a Sweet 16 party in a small city in Alabama. In Maine, police charged Joseph Eaton of Bowdoin with 4 counts of murder Tuesday evening, but declined to discuss a possible motive for the shootings or identify the shooting victims. Eaton was expected to appear in court later this week. The crimes began in rural Bowdoin, where the bodies are found, and continued with gunfire 25 miles to the south on Interstate 295 in Yarmouth, police said. One of the 3 highway victims was critically wounded, police said. A 4-story parking structure has collapsed in the United States city of New York on Tuesday, killing at least 1 worker and injuring 5 others who were in the building, authorities said. Emergency personnel deployed robotic devices after firefighters were pulled back from the fallen structure because of unstable conditions. Those robots continued to check the site for any further casualties, but authorities said they believed everyone who was in the building had been accounted for. No foul play was suspected. We have no reason to believe that it was anything other than a structural collapse, City Police Commissioner Keith Answell told reporters. Video footage from the scene, cited by CBS and ABC TV News affiliates, showed a rescue operation underway and multiple cars stacked on top of one another amid crumpled slabs of concrete. 1 person was pronounced dead on the scene. 4 more were taken to area hospitals for injuries, and a 6th individual who was hurt declined medical treatment, said John Esposito, the chief of fire operations for the New York City Fire Department. He described all 6 as workers who were in the parking structure when it collapsed. Dominic Pezzola, the Proud Boy who helped fuel the breach of the Capitol on January 6 when he smashed a Senate wing window with a stolen police riot shield, took the witness stand Tuesday and told jurors he simply got caught up in all the craziness that day. "I am taking the stand today to take responsibility for my actions on January 6. I am also taking the stand to explain how these men overheard that I am indicted, which should not be roped into my actions, and to also explain how there was no conspiracy, that one never existed," Pezzola testified. The Rochester resident who joined the Proud Boys in the weeks after the 2020 election committed one of the most infamous acts on January 6 when he used the riot shield to help trigger the breach of the building. The moment was highlighted in former President Donald Trump's subsequent impeachment trial and has become a symbol of the chaos that unfolded that day. Pezzola would subsequently enter the Capitol, arriving at the precise moment that Senator Chuck Grassley, then the 3rd in line to the presidency, was being evacuated, and he would record a video celebrating the breach of the Capitol that has been a key piece of evidence for prosecutors in the seditious conspiracy trial against Pezzola and 4 Proud Boys leaders, Enrique Tarrio, Joe Biggs, Eden Nardin, and Zachary Rehl. In addition to seditious conspiracy, the 5 men are charged with attempting to obstruct Congress proceedings that day and aiding in the destruction of government property. A Ventura County man was arrested early Wednesday on suspicion of plowing a car into a group of teenagers Tuesday afternoon near Westlake High School, killing 1 after a stabbing at a Walmart in Simi Valley. The investigation, including evidence at the scene and witness statements, led authorities to conclude the crash was intentional, Ventura County Sheriff's Captain William Hutton said. Austin was booked into custody at the Ventura County main jail around 5 a.m. on 7 felony counts, including attempted robbery, resisting an executive officer, attempted murder, burglary, and 2 counts of exhibiting a firearm in a threatening manner, Hutton said. Bail is currently set for $5 million. No court date is set, Hutton said. The crash was reported just before 2:40 p.m. on Lakeview Canyon Road in Thousand Oaks and involved a vehicle that police say was used by the stabbing suspect. The vehicle struck a group of children, including a 15-year-old boy and 2 girls ages 16 and 15, sheriff's officials said. The 15-year-old male student died at a local hospital, officials said. He was identified as Wesley Welling of Thousand Oaks, the Ventura County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed. The Supreme Court has temporarily extended women's access to an abortion pill until Friday, while the justices consider whether to allow restrictions on mifepristone to take effect as a legal challenge to the medication's Food and Drug Administration approval continues. In an order signed by Justice Samuel Alito on Wednesday, the court indicated it will act by Friday night. Alito provided no explanation for why the court put off a more lasting decision. The justices had given themselves a deadline on Wednesday in a fast-moving case from Texas in which abortion opponents are seeking to roll back FDA approval mifepristone, used in the most common method of abortion in the United States. The drug first won FDA approval in 2000, and conditions on its use have been loosened in recent years, including making it available by mail in states that allow access. Alliance Defending Freedom, representing anti-abortion doctors and medical groups in a challenge to the drug, is defending the rulings in calling on the Supreme Court to let the restrictions take effect now. Early Tuesday, anti-abortion groups have submitted a filing urging the United States Supreme Court to restrict the availability of the abortion pill mifepristone, challenging the medication's federal approval and asking the justices to implement the curbs ordered by a conservative judge in Texas. Rapper Pras Mitchell of the Fugees has said he received $20 million from Malaysian financier Jolo to help him get a photo with former United States President Barack Obama. Mitchell faces criminal conspiracy, foreign lobbying, and campaign finance charges for allegedly plotting with Lowe to attempt to influence the administrations of Obama and former President Donald Trump. Testifying in his own defense before a jury in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, the Grammy winner said Lowe, who is now a fugitive accused of embezzling $4.5 billion from Malaysia's 1MDB sovereign wealth fund, did not direct him to make campaign donations with the money for the photo. Mitchell said he used some of the funds for 3 friends to attend $40,000 a plate fundraisers for Obama. Mitchell said he did not know it was improper to do this. Now it's time for global updates. American-made Patriot missiles have arrived in Ukraine, the country's defense minister said Wednesday, providing Kiev with a long-sought new shield against the Russian airstrikes that have devastated cities and civilian infrastructure. The U.S. agreed in October to send the surface-to-air systems, which can target aircraft, cruise missiles, and shorter-range ballistic missiles, such as those that Russia has used to bombard residential areas and the Ukrainian power grid. Today, our beautiful Ukrainian sky becomes more secure, Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov said in a tweet. The missiles are the latest contribution from Western allies, who have also pledged tanks, artillery, and some types of fighter jets as Ukraine gears up for an expected counter-offensive. Reznikov thanked the United States, Germany, and the Netherlands without saying how many missile systems had been delivered or when they arrived. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has said his country has completed the development of its first military spy satellite and ordered officials to proceed with the planned launch, according to state media. Kim, who was visiting the country's National Aerospace Development Administration, said developing reconnaissance capabilities was a priority to counter threats from the United States and South Korea, and that several satellites were necessary to firmly establish an intelligence gathering capability, the state's KCNA news agency reported on Wednesday. Kim urged the deployment of the satellite as scheduled but did not elaborate on the launch date. In December, North Korea conducted what it called an important final phase test for a spy satellite and said it would complete preparations for the launch by April. India is expected to overtake China as the world's most populous country with almost 3 million more people by the middle of this year, according to UN figures. The State of World Population 2023 report by the United Nations Population Fund estimates India's population will be 1.4286 billion by the end of June, compared with China's 1.4257 billion. The US is a distant third, with an estimated population of 340 million people by the end of June. The data in the report is based on information available up to February. Population experts using previous data from the UN have projected India's population would surpass China's in April, but the global body's latest report did not specify a date. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 15,653.62. The NYSE composite is decreased by 31.34 points or 0.20%. Tokyo stock close price is 28,606.76. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 52.07 points or 0.18%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,370.1283. The Shanghai Composite Index is decreased by 23.20 points or 0.68%. Hong Kong stock close price is 20,367.76. The Hang Seng Index is decreased by 282.75 points or 1.37%. Bombay stock close price is 59,567.80. The Sensex Index is decreased by 159.21 points or 0.27%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Eight healthcare professionals will stand trial in the death of soccer great Diego Maradona in 2020, an Argentine court has ruled. The date of the proceedings has yet to be set, but they are unlikely to begin before next year, the court said Tuesday. A medical board report previously given to prosecutors concluded that Maradona was in agony for more than 12 hours, did not receive adequate treatment, and could still be alive if he had been properly hospitalized. Three judges from an appeals court in San Isidro outside Buenos Aires confirmed the charges brought by prosecutors of homicide by negligence against the members of Maradona's medical team. Neurosurgeon Leopoldo Luque and psychiatrist Agustina Kosakov are accused of failing in their care for Maradona. Maradona's medical team also included psychologist Carlos Diaz, doctors Nancy Ferlini and Pedro Di Spagna, nursing coordinator Mariano Peroni, and nurses Ricardo Almiron and Diana Madrid. Top-ranked Novak Djokovic had to rally from a sit-down to beat 18-year-old Luka Van Ush 6-7, 6-3, 6-2 at the Srpska Open on Wednesday. Djokovic, coming off an early exit at Monte Carlo, was also down an early break in the decider before advancing to the quarterfinals at the clay court tournament. The 35-year-old Serb recovered from a slow start to drop just 2 points on his serve in the second set. Djokovic, playing just his third match on clay this season, needed 2 hours, 38 minutes to put away the young Frenchman. The 22-time Grand Slam champion said the match would probably rank as the slowest conditions I have ever played in. To be honest, I couldn't put any ball past him. Van Ush, who won the boys' title at Roland Garros in 2021, is the youngest player in the top 100. He is ranked number 87. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Kevin McCarthy to become second House Speaker to address Israel's Knesset. US sending $325 million in more military aid to Ukraine. Dominion Fox News reached $787 million settlement in defamation case. Florida expands Don't Say Gay education ban to all grades. Many House Republicans urge Biden administration to support a free Taiwan as China tensions mount. Four killed in Maine home, 3 wounded in linked highway shooting. Parking garage collapses in New York City, killing at least 1. Proud boy who helped ignite Capitol Bridge tells jury he got caught up in January 6 chaos. Driver intentionally hit Westlake High students, killing 1 after Walmart stabbing, authorities say. Supreme Court temporarily extends access to abortion pill. Fuji's star says money from Malaysia's Jolo was for Obama pick. US-made Patriot-guided missile systems arrive in Ukraine. Kim Jong-un orders launch of a spy satellite to proceed. India's population set to overtake China's by June, UN figures show. Maradona's medical team on trial in former great's death. And Djokovic rallies from set down to beat teenager in Bosnia. That's all in today's news. Keep watching Millennium News 24 for latest update. Millennium TV US and Millennium News 24 network is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all types of informative and entertainment program. Thank you.